Now students, we are now going to do some questions which are based on the properties of determinant. But before starting questions, I want to tell you, because I had faced many situations with students when they are telling that, sir, you should only do the previous year questions. See, previous year questions are just for reference. Right now we are like preparing for ATC examination. You may be having only 2 or 3 years paper. You cannot rely only on the previous year papers. Of course, I will be solving all the questions of previous year. It's not a very tough thing for me. But what you have to do, it's engineering mathematics. You cannot learn and directly answer that question in examination like physics, chemistry and English. Okay. In those areas, you can even learn 80-90% of the things. But in engineering mathematics, it's my guarantee that if you are going to learn 100% of the things, you will be only going to attempt 10% of the questions in examination. So that's why your approach should be very important. And for building the approach, you have to solve very good quality of questions. That's why even till now you had wasted your life by solving only those, small questions which are not even able to build your single percent concept. Everyone knows what is matrix. Everyone knows what is determinant. But no one knows that if suppose something different is given in the question, then what's the first thought which must come into my mind before attempting that question? Or what are some special tricks? Of course, such things will be told by you or told by many of the faculties. Okay, but okay, that is okay. That I can accept, and even I will also tell you. But the very important part is your approach. You have to build up your approach, okay, and that takes time. But I will not continue my lecture in that particular way, okay. I will be directly telling you that what I used to think when a new kind of question appears in front of me. So what will happen, you don't have to unnecessarily do the practice. You have to simply watch the lectures properly, neatly note down the things which are written on the board, and again, once after writing all the notes, you must have to revise the things very properly, okay. And whatever your understanding is there, you should note down daily, on daily basis, maximum in 3 to 4 lines, okay. You should note down your understanding, that what you had got exactly from this particular lecture, what you had gained the knowledge, or what concept you had gained, okay. So you have to do the things in this way, and after, when you will be revising the things and when you will be going through those concepts which you had written on your own thoughts, then that will be having 10 times more impact as compared to simply revising by the notes, because you know that how you exactly understand the things very fastly, okay. My work is just to give you the idea related to the concepts. Rest, it's all depends upon your understanding. That's why I tell always, you have to write it into your knowledge, into your terms, so that you can very easily grasp the things. You will always feel that what will happen, when you will be studying some other person notes, then what will happen, the same thing you will be taking half an hour. But if it will be your notes, you will be directly going through those things within 2 minutes. So this is the difference which you have to feel. And that's why I'm telling you, after every lecture, you have to write that what you had got the new concept or idea from that video. And later, while revising the things, you have to only go through those things. And then again, you have to attempt the newer questions. Don't unnecessarily attempt that, the questions given in your notes. No, I will also not prefer. Otherwise, for engineering mathematics, you will not be able to do the practice. For other subjects, you can go through the same questions, but for engineering mathematics, try to do newer questions, okay. And when you will be in contact with me, when I can give you many more question banks also, which will be enhancing your concepts. But for now, simply focus on the video lectures, okay. Of course, engineering mathematics will be going to the best part, okay, after finishing these things. And of course, I am telling you, if you have to be a rank holder in the competitive examination, this engineering mathematics will be providing you the edge, because physics, other reasoning, English, all these things will be even completed by other students also. maximum, most of the students will be lagging in engineering mathematics. So this subject will be only providing you the edge. So that's why proper strategy has to be followed. I had told you many of the things indirectly. Rest is all upon you, that how you are planning your strategies. Okay. So now starting with the very first question, if mod A is equal to 7 and A will be equal to A, B, C, X, Y, Z, P, Q and R. Now what they had told, they had given you the determinant and they had given you the matrix, which is actually in the format of a matrix. So of course, if 9 unknowns are there, then of course you will be needing 9 equations to solve it. Otherwise you will not be able to solve. So but they had given you the determinant directly. So if they had given you the matrix and they had given you the determinant also, then you have to directly approach that, yes, I need to apply some property of determinant, it will get solved directly. After that, you had seen the question. While seeing the question, you had thought that, yes sir, this is given to us and that given thing was 2A inverse. First of all, you had done twice of A. After that, whatever the resultant matrix is there, you had done that inverse and later you had calculated the determinant. Yes or no? Now, very important part which I need to tell you. One property of determinant I had told you. Property number 1, which I will be using here. Sir, what will be that property? Determinant of A inverse will be equal to 1 upon determinant of A. So when I will be applying this particular thing, then I can tell that at the place of A, can I assume that suppose some different matrix is there, P? Okay, suppose 2A is equal to P. Okay, you can consider right now, for now you can consider this 2A as a single, what? Single matrix. Because first of all, you have to come from the, last part. Like you are showing here the determinant. So before determinant, inverse is there. So first you have to apply the property of this inverse. So you can simply apply this property first. So what will happen? So 2A inverse. Okay, 2A is a matrix and that inverse determinant will be 1 upon 2A determinant. And now again what you have to think? Property number 2. Property number 2. And the property number 2 is if something K is getting multiplied with your matrix and after that you are finding out the determinant of that, then what will happen? Sir, K to the power N into determinant of A. I had told you or not, where N is the order of the given matrix and that's why they had given you the matrix. Otherwise, they are not enjoying. Okay, they are not enjoying by giving a matrix which is containing such elements. Okay, so they had simply given you this matrix to get the order of it, because here it is 3 cross 3 matrix. So 3 cross 3. So what will happen? If you are multiplying 2, then what will happen? See, I don't think that you will be reminding or writing these things into the examination. Directly this thing should be clicking in your mind while doing the question in examination, that okay, this is twice of A. So what will happen? Individually, when I am multiplying inside the matrix, then 2 will get multiplied with every element. And when I will be considering the determinant, then I have to consider this as individual row, this as individual row, and this as individual row or individual families. And when I will be determining the determinant, then I will be taking common 2 from this row independently, again 2 from this row independently, again 2 from this row independently. So the number of times I am having the rows, that many times only I will be able to take that 2 common out of it. Yes or no? So that's why simply, sir, 2 was getting multiplied. So how many rows was there or columns are there? Sir, 3. Into determinant of A has already been given to you. So it is 7. So 8 into 7, it is 56. Yes or no? 1 upon determinant of 2A. Determinant of 2A. So it will be 1 upon 56 directly. 2A determinant will be 56. Okay, at the place of K, you can simply write it as 2. Okay. Next question. If X and Y are singular matrix or non-singular matrix, it should be non-singular. You should write it here, non-singular. Okay, I might have made some mistake while writing the question. Such that xy will be equal to y. They had given you some conditions. Xy is written as y and yx is written as x. Sir, isn't it both the things are same? No, never. If you are considering a into b, okay, and if you are considering b into a, this will give you a different result and this will give you a different result. Okay, so that's why a into b will not be equal to b into a. So this actually happens in case of matrices. But when it comes to determinant, I had told you that determinant can be having a multiplicative property. This is a point where students are making hell lot of mistakes, because always confusions are there that whether it follows the multiplicative property or not, because they had never studied the things, you know, in a proper manner. Okay, always many of the faculties I had seen, they will be simply trying to rotate and rotate and rotate unnecessarily around a concept. Okay, but they will not even tell you that main thing which they have to consider while solving the question. Never. Okay, so AB should not be equal to B into A. So here what will happen? Matrices further. If you need to calculate the determinant, then this determinant will be equal to what will happen? Sir, we had directly told that this is the situation which was correct in case of determinant. Okay, this will simply get distributed in multiplication, that determinant. But here, that reciprocal situation you don't need to consider. Or if you simply want to verify, if see what happens when some confusion arises into your mind, then what I will suggest you, you can randomly pick any two matrices, you know, of small orders. I mean to say 2 cross 2. Okay, and simply try to verify that what you are exactly thinking is correct or not. And if you are getting any confusion, then you can ask me. Okay, so this thing you have to keep into your mind properly, because if you are knowing everything, there will not be a single second wastage of time in examination on directly coming on the concept which you have to apply for a particular question. Okay, so I think both the things I had already told you. Now next part, xy is equal to y, it is a different matrix, and yx is equal to x, it is a different matrix. They had told us to calculate x square plus y square. They had given the options as x plus y, x minus y, x cube plus 1 and x square minus y square. See, they had told us to calculate x square plus y square. Let us see what happens. X square plus y square. See, this is x square is what? Multiplication of the same matrix. Yes or no? So I can simply write it like x into x plus y into y. Now, I'm not getting any dream that which one has to be replaced. So in examination, what you will be doing, the very first thing is you will simply try to replace any one of the things. Either you will try to replace the first variable from both the terms. Okay, so let us see what happens. If it will not make the sense in the further step, I will be trying to put, or I will be trying to replace this particular portion in the next step. Okay, so let us see that what will happen. I need to show you something. Okay, see, wherever the calculation mistake possibility will be there, I will be unnecessarily making the mistakes. Okay, so that you can be very careful while solving those questions or those concepts whenever they will appear in future. Okay, so this is my way of solving the questions. Of course, it will be taking 1 or 2 minutes extra, but I'm not wasting time in any of the things. Okay, now suppose what is exactly x? Sir, x means y into x. So I had simply replaced y x, and here it was already x. Yes or no? Plus, again what will happen, sir? If I am replacing this y, then y will be equal to x into y. Into y. Now, what will happen here? Exactly that what is happening right now, sir? We had replaced it. Now what will happen? This is a single term. Then I must be doing something that this should become in a one term. Okay. See, I had replaced this part. So I will not be again reconverting that part into x. Yes or no? I had replaced just or so that I can make some relationship with the another term already available in the equation. So these two, okay, and these two. But these are making x square and y square. So what will happen? What will happen simply? This will be y into x square plus x into y square. And now you will not be able to take anything common also, because this is not a variable which you can take as a common. Okay, or xy you can take as common, and further again you will be getting x plus y. But there is no any such option. Okay, so in such case, replacing the very first term is having not a sense. If it is not having a sense, then I will approach this question by replacing the second portion of both the equation. So I will be simply removing this part, and now I will be simply doing, because I had told you in examination, dream will not come that I have to replace the first or second part only. You have to first attempt and you have to see the consequence that what is happening, and then you have to decide that what exactly I need to do. That's what a mathematics is. Okay, you cannot learn anything. You cannot apply those learned concepts in examination. Never. Okay. X, y. Let us replace these things. X into, now that x means y into x plus y into, y means x into y. Yes or no? Let us remove the bracket. Let us remove the bracket so that we can define some relation. So that was replaced. Now I will try to make some relation with the another term. Okay, these two. Yes, again xy is something which has been given in the question. Xy means, sir, y. So I will be simply writing this as y, and this yx. Yes sir, yx is equal to x. So I will be simply replacing further. So now what will happen? Sir, x into y can be written as y, and this will be simply as x again, and yx will be simply represented as x, and again this will be represented as y. And again we can see that the equation again gets transformed into such a way that the things are given in the question. Okay, that means xy and yx. So yx again can be written as, sir, x, and xy can be now written as y, and I think this option is given in the question. So option A will be simply correct for this. Okay, I think you got the way you need to solve a question. Okay, because I had told you both the things, that why we had replaced this second term only. Because if I will not tell you, if my aim will be only to give the solution, then you will your own never approach that similar question, even if it will be coming in the examination. Okay, so feel free for that at last you will be able to attempt the question. And one more thing, in the test series I will be giving you some more new kind of questions, so that the variations can be there and you will be involved in getting more concepts that can be applied in the examination. Okay, so there can be a possibility that if someone is not doing the revision properly, they may not be able to attempt the tests properly. So I am right now only telling you that the questions will be of good level. So prepare and then give the tests. I'm not focusing on the marks you are scoring. I'm focusing that how much concepts you are grasping from those tests questions also. Okay, next question. M to the power 4 is equal to I. M cannot be equal to I, and M square also not equal to I, M cube also not equal to I. Then for any positive integer k, m inverse will be equal to, see, you need to calculate m inverse, and what you had given, sir, m to the power 4. See, for such questions there is a direct methodology which you have to follow directly. Okay, see, whenever you have to calculate m inverse, whenever you will try to find out its multiplication with an identity matrix or unit matrix. Okay, always, because if unit matrix will get multiplied with A inverse, your final answer will again be that A universe only. That's why I am simply focusing that where unit matrix is, and I will be doing something which will make that multiplication of my matrix, that means A inverse, with that unit matrix. Okay, so from where we should proceed, sir? See, whatever that is given in the question, you have to proceed from there only to calculate the things. You have to calculate m inverse. What is given in the question? Sir, m to the power 4. M to the power 4 is equal to I. Where is I? Sir, this one is I. So I will try to multiply. Or one more thing I should tell you, there is a fixed situation where that situation is, if you are multiplying that A inverse in front of I, you should multiply that A inverse again in front of this term in LHS also. If you are multiplying in RHS, then in LHS also you can multiply in the left side only. Okay, otherwise the things will not remain same, because I had told you that matrices does not follow the multiplicative reverse property. Okay, that means AB is not equal to BA. So if you are doing the multiplication in RHS in right side, in LHS also you have to do in the right side only, then the things will be same, or then the things will be only considered as equivalent. Okay, this is the reason. Now in case of I, there is no any issues. Okay, in case of I, either you can multiply in front or in backward, there is no any issue. But if some another multiplication terms are given, matrices terms are given, then there it will be effective. Okay, so now what I am doing, I am simply multiplying m inverse here. Okay, in the same manner I am multiplying n inverse in front of I also. Here also I had written m inverse in front of that term. Here also in front of this term I had written m inverse. So what will happen? M inverse into m to the power 4. It will be simply resulting in m cube, and this will be simply equal to m inverse. M inverse I is equal to simply m inverse only. Okay, and m inverse m to the power 4 can be written as m into m cube. Yes or no? And further, when you are multiplying m inverse in front of that, then this m inverse will be multiplied here also, and m inverse m, it will be equal to again I. Okay, now m cube will be equal to m inverse. Now from here, because you need to calculate m inverse only, and you got the thing m inverse, but it is here equal to m cube. Okay, now you have to select, because in the options they had given you in the format of k, and you can take any positive value. They had told that you can take any positive integer for this k. Okay, and this is in the format of this 4k plus something, but the power you are getting, m cube is what? M cube is what? So it is only equal to m inverse. And the answer of m inverse has been given in the format of m into 4k plus something. Okay, all the options are in 4k plus something. You have to properly analyze the options also to get that situation properly. Next thing is, see, if I need to write it in terms of 4k, they had told us to calculate only, or to take only positive value. So don't include 0 also. So we will start from 1. So if even I am starting from 1, so if k will be 1, it will be 4k. So it will directly become 4 plus something. Okay, 4 into 1 will be there. So 4 plus something there. But here the power is only 3. So if it is only 3, which is less than this 4 plus something, I will not be able to represent. Of course, I would have represented in the format of 4k minus 1. This is the possibility. Okay, like when you will be taking k is equal to 1, then what will happen? M to the power, for k is equal to 1, directly what will happen? Sir, m to the power 4 minus 1, it will be 3. You are getting or not? So that will be true, 4k minus 1. It is also true, but it is not given in the question. They had given us in the format of this one. So for this, what I will be doing, because 4k plus something has to be the answer, but our answer is m cube. So what I will be doing, I will be converting my answer into something which is greater than 4, and then I will be comparing with the options. And in question they had told us that m4 is equal to m to the power 4 is equal to I. So m cube is what? Sir, m cube can be also written as I into m cube. I into m cube is also what? Sir, it is also equal to m cube only. But at the place of I, what I can write? Sir, I can replace this by m to the power 4, which is given in the question. Okay, so m cube, here it will be m inverse. And now what I can do? Sir, now I can write it like m to the power 7, and this will be equal to m inverse. So m inverse will be equal to m cube also and m to the power 7 also. Not only these two, there are several other formats also. If you will again consider this as I into m to the power 7, and again you will be replacing that I with m to the power 4, again you will be getting answer as m to the power 11. So this 3, 7, 11. So how you are obtaining this thing? See, you can write in terms of 4k plus something. So 4 plus 3 is getting 7. Yes or no? So now what I am simply telling you, you can write this m to the power 7 as m to the power 4k plus 3, because this is only satisfying. Out of the given options, if you are considering k as 1, so this will be giving you power 6, this will be giving you, I think it will be 3. Okay, here you have to consider 3. Okay, by mistake I had written both the options as same, 4k plus 3. Okay, here you are getting m to the power 6, m to the power 5 and m to the power 4. Here only you are getting m to the power 7, which is also true for the calculation of m inverse. Okay, one more thing I should tell you, it can also be written, or this 4k minus 1 is also correct. Okay, but for this case the options are not matching. It is not always necessary that you can write it into the format of 4k only. Okay, you have to see the options that in which format they had written, so try to reduce into that format only. This is the only trick. Okay, next question. If A, B, C and D are non-singular matrices of same order such that ABCD is equal to I, then B inverse is equal to. See, first of all, for such questions solving, I will be telling you the conventional methods, and after that I will be telling you the best ever trick to calculate such things. Okay, they will be simply giving you that ABCD is equal to I. Okay, and they had asked you to calculate this B inverse, and B is present at this place. It is in the middle. See, whatever you need to calculate, whatever the variables you are having in the equation, to calculate its value, you always make it alone and you keep it either in LHS or RHS. That only you had done earlier also. Like if you had given some equation like 2x plus 7 is equal to suppose 9, and someone has told you to calculate the value of x. What you will be doing? Sir, to calculate the value of x, we have to make it alone. And to make it alone, what you had done, sir, I will be taking this 7 this side. So when you will be taking 7 this side, 9 minus 7, sir, it will be 2. And again, I have to make this x alone. Then only I will be able to calculate its value. And I have to consider this either in LHS or either in RHS. Okay, so 2 by 2, answer will be 1. Okay, in childhood, you might have done the things like this. So whenever you have to calculate something, you have to make it alone, either on RHS or either on LHS. So the same thing I am doing here. What you had done, sir, B is present here, which has to be calculated. I want that B must remain alone to get my answer. See, when I will be removing here A, then what will happen? At least it will come to the extreme side. Okay, because till now B is present in middle. If something is present at the extreme side, it becomes very easy for us. Okay, so that's why what I am doing here, I am first removing this A. So for removing this A, what I had done, I had simply multiplied this side by A. Okay, if I had multiplied in the right side of this A, then what will happen? Then A inverse has to be multiplied in RHS also from the left. This is also multiplied from the left. This is also multiplied from the left. So this will be resulting in A inverse, and A inverse will be equal to I. Okay, or A inverse A will also be equal to I, because this is a property. Okay, you should understand. A inverse A inverse into A, or it is A into A inverse. Both will be resulting into I only. Okay, so don't get confused, because someone may tells me that, sir, if it does not follow that multiplicative reciprocal, then how this is true? See, for inverse calculation it is true. It is just like x into 1 by x is equal to 1 only, and even 1 by x into x, it is also equal to 1 only. Both will simply get cancelled out only. Okay, so just in case of inverse, this is true. Okay, now A inverse A will be equal to I, and I into BCD. Sir, again it will be resulting into BCD only, BCD, and this will be equal to A inverse. Okay, sir, I need to calculate B. Sir, now at least we had made this B at the extreme position, at the extreme left. Now my aim is to remove this CD. So for removing this CD, you have to remove it one by one. Okay, like right now you will not be performing or multiplying anything this side, because you had already taken this B at the extreme side. Okay, so now first of all I have to remove D first. Okay, so for removing D, what I will be doing, sir, I will be multiplying D inverse with D. Okay, and D is at the rightmost position, so at the right portion only I will be multiplying D inverse. In the same manner, if I had multiplied this D inverse on the extreme left, then this side also on the extreme left only I will be multiplying this D inverse. This is the portion, even I think you might have studied this thing in NCERT also and in several books also, and I think a lot of students may have confusion that how they are multiplying sometimes this side, sometimes that side. How, sir, we will be knowing that we have to multiply this side and that side only? So for such questions, those students has usually learned those things, that first of all I will multiply this side, then I will multiply that side, and then I will be getting the answer, and somehow I will be proving. Okay, prove that questions may had appeared in your semesters also and class 12th also, so you might have learned. But I am simply telling you the concept. You have to make your variable separate if you need your answer. So that's only what I am doing. So here I had multiplied it into extreme right, so this side also I had multiplied it extreme right only. So now what will happen? So D and D inverse, this will be becoming I, and I into BC or BC into I, it will be again equal to BC only. BC, and now A inverse D inverse. Okay, now what you have to calculate? Sir, I need to calculate B. Which is an extra thing? Sir, C. So you have to remove C. So for removing C, where you will be multiplying its inverse? Sir, again in the extreme right position only. So C inverse. So this side also I will be multiplying C inverse at the extreme right only. In RHS side also. This side also extreme right. So that's why this side also be extreme right. See what will happen if you somehow multiply C inverse this side and you are multiplying C inverse this side. Here it is extreme left, here it is extreme right. It is not considered as an equivalent equation. See what happens when some equation is there. You might have done like this, like x plus y is equal to p plus q, and you had like you were like multiplying to both the sides. So again the equation is similar, but that was variable. This is matrix. Okay, in matrix multiplicative inverse, okay, or the reciprocal is of very much importance. Okay, so don't be like this. You have to be very careful while solving such questions. So that's why if you had multiplied C inverse at the extreme right, this side also you have to multiply on the extreme right only. Okay, and now C inverse will be now I, and now it will be B into I will be B only, and so that only we have to calculate. Okay, next part. So B will be equal to A inverse D inverse C inverse. Okay, but sir, we don't need to calculate B, we need to calculate B inverse. There is one again very important property of inverse, and that property is, I will be simply writing it here. That property is that if AB is given as something C minus or D minus, then if you are making inverse of this, so this side also inverse has to be taken. So AB inverse will be taken. If you are making this inverse inside the bracket, then this thing will simply exchange their places, or they will be written in an opposite manner. Like when you will be writing this C inverse D inverse whole inverse, then after considering that -1, it will be written as D inverse C inverse. This is the case. Okay, so you have to use this property here also, because you had calculated B. So B inverse, taking inverse both the sides. So when you will be taking the inverse, this will be simply written in an opposite manner. So and inverse will also get removed. Okay, I had not removed here the inverse. You have to remove the inverse also. This is the point where you will be again making the mistakes. What happens while derivating? Even you make the things reverse, but you don't cancel out these signs. You are still considering that negative also. So don't be like that. So B inverse will be equal to, when you will be reversing its place, then it will be C into D into A. So B will be written as this also. This is also true. Okay, if such equation is also given in the option, you can also mark that. But if they had given you B inverse, then it will be this one. But you can see that there is some difficulty in approaching this question. So that's why I am giving you direct trick. Whenever such situation comes, what you have to do, like you have to calculate this B inverse. For whatever the term you need to calculate its inverse from the very next term. So the very next term of that B is, sir, B. From B, you have to move it in an anti-clockwise sense. Okay, from this you have to move in anti-clockwise sense, and you have to again approach B. Okay, this is nothing, this is simply CCW. Okay, that will be only your answer. Okay, so B inverse, if B inverse you need to calculate, so from the very next term counterclockwise you have to move C, D and A. C, D and A. Suppose in the question they would have asked you to calculate C inverse. Okay, so C inverse will be equal to, sir, for C inverse the very next term is, I should write it here, A, B, C and D. Okay, and this is equal to I. So what I will be doing, sir, I need to calculate C inverse. So from the very next term I will be again approaching C in a counterclockwise direction. So that C inverse will be directly equal to D into A into B. Okay, now if someone tells me that what is the A inverse, sir, A inverse, so for A, B, C, D is equal to I. If I need to calculate A inverse, then from the very next term I will be simply moving in counterclockwise. So here it should be like that. So simply A inverse will be equal to B into C into D. That's it. Okay, in this manner you have to simply write your solution. Okay, again sir, what will happen if I need to calculate D inverse? That also I should calculate. For D inverse I should write it here, where I should write A B C D is equal to I. So now what I will be doing, if my aim is to calculate D inverse, then from here I will be moving in an anti-clockwise direction. So after D we have to again start from the initial portion only. So again it should be in the counterclockwise direction. So D inverse will be equal to A into B into C. So not only B inverse I had calculated everything. But if suppose you are approaching the calculation of A inverse, B inverse, C inverse and D inverse individually by this method, of course it will be almost taking you 10 minutes. But if you are following this shortcut, okay, that means what is that shortcut? From the very next term you have to simply rotate in counterclockwise, and whatever the matrices that are coming in its path one by one, you can simply write in your answer, or you can directly cross check in the options. There is no need to touch the pen also. Simply match the answers directly. Okay, I think you might have got some idea that how we need to calculate the questions. Now some more different kind of questions are also there. Let us solve them also.